sir, and what the Lord has done for you.
Good evening, Koinonian. My name is Michael Babalala. I'm coming all the way from Port Harcourt.
You are welcome.
I have come to give God all the glory. I and my wife, we are married for 10 years now. And in 2017, we gave birth to our first child. And from 2017 down to 2023, we have recorded 2 stillbirths and 2 miscarriages, all through that time to 2023. And I could remember the last time I came to this exalted altar in 2022. That was the last time I came here. I had an encounter with Apostle, and he said one word: "No man ever met me once and his life remained the same." And it was recorded in heaven. Then in 2023, April 18, when my wife ought to give birth, the doctor told us she's going to give birth through cesarean section again. And I said, okay, again? He said, yes. Then I tried reaching Apostle, I tried reaching the protocol, but with no avail. And one of the protocol peaked at 9 p.m. that day. And he told me to go listen to Mystery of Deliverance, part 1, part 2. And he says that we should listen to Complete Deliverance as well, which I did. She was in the hospital and I am at home praying and doing all the instructions that was given in that message. And lo and behold, when she gave birth, after the baby came out, she was the one that says, "Give me my phone, let me call my husband." In 2022 as well, after I met with Apostle, the organization I was working with gave us a redundancy in March 16, 2020. And since then, I have all hope that I will no longer work in that organization. But in 2022, when one of our boss came in and he contacted me and said, come and do our procedure for us. And when I get there, I did the procedure and everything went well and I was employed. In few months, I was promoted to a supervisor. Hallelujah. Me as a common combination welder, in our organization in oil and gas, you as a common worker, before you be a supervisor, you will have to become a foreman. And before you be a foreman, you'll be an acting foreman, be foreman for several years. Some also end in 15 years as a foreman, they will not be a supervisor. But Lord used me to override those protocols, and I became supervisor at once. as if that was not enough, in that same year, I was awarded severally in my organization because we were going through some repairs issue, and God used me through the wisdom of God and through the teachings of our apostle. And my boss just came to me and said, "Michael Babalola, we need your help." I said, why will you need my help? And when we get there, on reaching there, he said, "I want you to start training some persons." And lo and behold, the repair of the organization, from 3%, it returned to a minimum level, and I was awarded. And in that same period, I got several salary increase, and lo and behold, hallelujah. And in the year of exceeding and precious promises, hallelujah, in 2014, the Lord, sir, after when Apostle gave the prophetic word, I keyed into it, and all through 2024 was full of miracles. And at December 31st by 6 p.m. 2024, when the prophetic theme for 2025 was released, the days of his power. And on the first service of 2025, Apostle came to the altar and says, we should say this thing. This is the days of his power. My life command result, extraordinary result. And after that, he said, we should mention every month of the year and said all what we want in that same year. Wow. Hallelujah. And in that same year, that same January, the Lord gave us a landed property in Port Harcourt. And in February, I was prompt to leave my organization and open my own company. Hallelujah. And one of my boss contacted me and said, recruit some guys for us. And when we did that, I was still doubting, should I still continue with where I'm working, if I could manage both. But to the glory of God, in April, the landed property we had, the Lord began his job. And in June, it was roofed. Hallelujah. In June, it was roofed. October 1st, the Lord gave us a car. And the organization that started with 15 personnel, at the end of 2025, we could record that we have helped up to 250 persons to get a job. And as if that was not enough, the Lord has increased us. He fought so many battles and we won, even in the organization. Me being young in the system, the Lord was giving us contracts from every corner. And to the glory of God, we are paying salaries, even in millions, to some of those guys working with us. I've come to say thank you, and thank you, Apostle. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Hallelujah.
Can you join him in celebrating God for all these testimonies? Who did all these miracles? Can you lift your hands and give him all the glory for these wonderful testimonies? A life of continuous progress. Testimonies of healings and deliverances.